Ever wonder what secrets are hidden behind the enchanting world of Spirited Away? Welcome to Ghibli Theory, where we explore theories and hidden interpretations in the world of Studio Ghibli films. Today, we dive into Spirited Away through the lens of its creator, Hayao Miyazaki, a filmmaker renowned for weaving profound themes into his works to convey subtle messages. Join us as we unravel the unknown stories behind this masterpiece and the cultural layers that make it so unforgettable. While in Japan, most people would be able to instantly make the connections between these characters and their cultural counterparts, others who are less familiar with Japanese folklore may miss the deeper meanings behind them. One of the most intriguing interpretations of Spirited Away suggests that Chihiro's entire adventure takes place in a liminal space between life and death. When Chihiro and her parents pass through the mysterious tunnel, they metaphorically cross into the afterlife, much like the crossing of the river Styx in Greek mythology or the Sanzu River in Japanese folklore. This interpretation is reinforced when they later cross a literal river to reach the bathhouse. As Chihiro remains in this otherworldly realm, her body begins to fade, becoming increasingly translucent. This represents her soul being tethered to the spiritual plane and her gradual disconnection from the physical world. This theory transforms the movie into a poignant reflection on mortality, the afterlife, and the journey back to life. In Spirited Away, the bathhouse, Yuya, is not just the setting where much of the film's magic unfolds. It's a powerful symbol layered with deep societal and personal meanings. The bathhouse serves as a microcosm of modern Japanese society, particularly its commodification and hidden undercurrents. Yuya and brothel. One of the most compelling interpretations suggests that Yuya is a metaphorical brothel rather than a traditional bathhouse. This idea stems from various elements in the film. Upon entering the bathhouse, Chihiro is forced to relinquish her name and adopt the alias Sennin. This parallels the practice in Japan's hostess clubs and brothels in the past, where women often work under professional pseudonyms, losing part of their identity to conform to the establishment structure. The bathhouse's bustling, transactional nature echoes the idea that beneath the polished surface of many institutions lies a foundation built on exploitation or morally ambiguous practices. Yuya, in this light, becomes a poignant critique of societal structures that profit from the vulnerabilities of their workers. Miyazaki's use of a brothel as a metaphor extends beyond the surface. By situating the story in such an establishment, he underscores a deeper truth: that many institutions, industries, and even societies are sustained by hidden or unspoken sources of income. On a more personal level, Yuya can also be interpreted as a reflection of Studio Ghibli itself. The bathhouse is a bustling, vibrant place filled with unique characters, all working together, often chaotically, to keep it running. This can be seen as a metaphor for Studio Ghibli's creative process, where a diverse team of animators, storytellers, and visionaries come together to create masterpieces like Spirited Away. Yubaba's strict control over the bathhouse could be a reflection of the demanding nature of the animation industry, where deadlines, perfectionism, and the need to meet high standards can weigh heavily on the creators. The bathhouse employees, each performing their specialized tasks, symbolize the collaborative effort required to bring a Ghibli film to life. Just as the bathhouse thrives on teamwork, so too does Studio Ghibli rely on its diverse and talented staff. Miyazaki's choice to depict Yuya as an imperfect, sometimes exploitative place could also be a self-aware nod to the pressures and imperfections within his own studio. While Studio Ghibli is celebrated for its artistry, it's no secret that the animation industry can be grueling. In Spirited Away, the bustling activity within Yuya serves as more than just the backdrop for Chihiro's transformative journey. The male workers in Yuya are depicted as anthropomorphic frogs, a choice that reflects a societal critique of Japanese men in the corporate world. The frog workers mirror the image of Japan's salarymen, who are often seen commuting to work in nearly identical dark-colored suits. These suits are a hallmark of professionalism in Japan, but also symbolize a lack of individuality. Similarly, the frogs are indistinguishable from one another, blending into the crowded environment of the bathhouse. The frog's repetitive tasks and subservience to Yubaba highlight the monotony and rigidity of corporate life. By portraying them as creatures devoid of distinct features or traits, Miyazaki underscores how societal expectations suppress self-expression and personal identity. The frog's robotic adherence to their duties parallels the salaryman culture in Japan, where employees are expected to dedicate themselves entirely to their jobs, often at the expense of personal fulfillment. This critique resonates deeply with those familiar with Japan's demanding work culture. The female workers, depicted as slugs, represent another layer of societal commentary, focusing on the roles and pressures faced by women. The slug's behavior in Yuya mirrors the societal expectation for women to appeal to men, especially in industries like entertainment and media. Just as the slugs are confined to certain roles in the bathhouse, this portrayal reflects the limited opportunities for women in traditional Japanese workplaces. The film subtly critiques the imbalance of power and opportunity between genders. One of the most memorable characters in Spirited Away is Yubaba, the old lady who runs the bathhouse and entraps Chihiro and her parents. Yubaba is depicted as a huge old woman with magic powers who cares greatly for her giant baby and will do anything to protect him. She is also shown as cold and unforgiving to everyone else, and threatens to eat Chihiro's parents, whom she has turned into pigs. Yubaba is thought to be based on the legend of a Japanese mountain witch known as Yamauba. According to the legend, Yamauba are old women who do indeed turn humans into animals with the intent to eat them, which is exactly what Yubaba does to Chihiro's parents. On the flip side, Yamauba are also nurturing mothers who have children many times a year and care very deeply for their families. This trait is shown in how much Yubaba cares for her baby and how she does everything she can to care for him despite her attitude towards others. Looking from the eyes of Miyazaki, Yubaba can be seen as a reflection of his struggle in Studio Ghibli. Like Miyazaki himself, who juggles the demands of being the studio head, Yubaba straddles multiple roles, a shrewd businesswoman and a protective mother. Miyazaki has often described himself as a conflicted perfectionist, torn between his artistic ideals and the practicalities of running Studio Ghibli. Yubaba's relentless drive to control and profit mirrors Miyazaki's own struggles with the weight of leadership and the pressure for monetized animation, while her flashes of tenderness suggest humanity beneath the surface and his struggle to balance out the artistry. In many ways, Yubaba embodies the complexities of balancing creation and control, a theme that resonates deeply with Miyazaki's personal and professional life. One of the most popular characters in Spirited Away is Haku, the boy who helps Chihiro at the start of the movie, and whom she eventually helps in return. While Haku can take the form of a human boy, his true form is revealed to be a teal-green dragon. What's more, near the end of the film, Chihiro realizes he is actually the embodiment of the Nijihayami Kohakunushi, the god of the swift amber river, simply called the Kohaku River in the English dub. Haku was the god of river and became the apprentice of Yubaba to learn witchcraft to save his river, which was reclaimed by an urban development project and became an apartment. Nigi Hayami Kohaukunushi is likely a reference to the old Japanese tale of Nigiya Hahi, a man who betrayed his brother-in-law and took the side of the emperor. Haku is also set up to betray everyone at the beginning of the movie, hoping to learn Yubaba's magic for himself at the cost of forfeiting his true identity. He is also a known thief, stealing from Yubaba's sister. However, this is where the myths and the movie part ways, because Haku's path is changed by Chihiro's positive influence. Miyazaki uses Haku's loss of his name and purpose to critique how modernization often severs us from our roots and spiritual connections to the environment. At the same time, Haku's journey of rediscovery mirrors Chihiro's growth, symbolizing that reconnection and healing are possible through care, courage, and remembrance. By saving Haku, Chihiro not only saves herself but also revives a piece of the world that humanity had abandoned, embodying Miyazaki's plea for harmony between people and nature and for the preservation of what truly matters in a fast-changing world. Have you ever wondered about the true meaning behind Kaonashi, or No-Face, in Spirited Away? This mysterious ghostly figure isn't just a simple character, he's a profound metaphor for the greed and desire Hayao Miyazaki observed in modern Japan. No-Face's obsession with using money to solve problems and manipulate people symbolizes the materialistic mindset that has taken hold in society. He materializes the concept of desire, an unending hunger for more, whether it's wealth, attention, or control. Notice his inability to communicate well with others and his restless search for a place to belong. These traits echo the struggles of today's youth, those who feel disconnected from society, misunderstood, and desperate for meaning in their lives. But there's another layer to this character. No-Face can also be seen as an adult who has achieved material success but lost their sense of purpose. With money as his only tool, he tries to win people's hearts, but this shallow connection leads only to chaos and emptiness. Among the many symbolic moments in Spirited Away, the appearance of Okusare-sama, the polluted river god, stands as one of the film's most powerful environmental commentaries. The river god, initially mistaken for a stink spirit, arrives at Yuya covered in filth and sludge, emitting a repugnant odor that sends the bathhouse workers into a panic. As Chihiro diligently works to cleanse Okusare-sama, she discovers a deeply embedded object within the sludge. With the help of the bathhouse workers, she removes a bicycle and other debris, revealing the spirit's true form, a majestic dragon with the face of an elderly man. The transformation of Okusare-sama from a polluted, grotesque figure into a regal, ancient river god symbolizes the resilience of nature. Even when marred by human neglect, nature possesses the potential for restoration when given care and respect. The bicycle and other garbage pulled from Okusare-sama highlight the tangible consequences of human pollution. This scene serves as a stark reminder of how our actions can defile even the most sacred and life-giving parts of the environment. Miyazaki has long been an advocate for environmental preservation, and Okusare-sama's story encapsulates one of his most urgent messages. Humanity's greed and selfishness have dire consequences for the natural world. By depicting a deity brought low by pollution, Miyazaki emphasizes that not even divine forces can withstand the destructive impact of human disregard for nature. The cleansing of Okusare-sama is not just a moment of triumph for Chihiro, but a symbolic act of redemption. It urges viewers to reflect on their own role in environmental degradation and consider how they can contribute to restoring the balance. Spirited Away is more than a film. It's a modern myth that weaves together centuries of Japanese folklore, Shinto beliefs, and deep messages on environmental consciousness. Every character, setting, and plot point is a thread in this intricate tapestry, reminding us of the beauty and complexity of Japanese culture. So, the next time you watch Chihiro's adventure, look a little closer. You might just find yourself stepping into a spirit world of your own. Want to uncover more secrets behind Studio Ghibli films? Click on the next video and keep exploring the magic.